This is Sniper signing in to Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, bringing a 1v1 on the map Infinity Isle. Spawning on the right side of the map, we have our Red Allies player. This is Stryderr. And spawning on the left side of Infinity Isle, we have our Yellow Soviets player. Got that first Rax and refinery going down. This is Zed. Alright, so Stryderr versus Zed, AVS. Very nice matchup indeed. Got that engineer coming out from Stryderr, going to see about securing this oil derrick. Do we have an engineer? Not quite from Zed, but we do have many warbears. Roar does miss there, and that will result in that warbear going down indeed. Indubitably, it does go down. One attack dog just going out to get the scout scout information from the top side of the map. I don't believe Stryderr is going to be going for an airfield, a fast airfield right now. It's a little out of the norm, maybe perhaps for ally player, but that's perfectly fine. As Zed does not, Zed's going for that war factory, will likely follow that up with a super reactor immediately, and as a little bit of just a line of conscripts here, just holding the front line backed up with a few warbears behind them. Looks like some push of peacekeepers coming out from Stryderr. Those conscripts are weaker than the PKs. Yes, okay, the conscripts are going to lose that pretty badly. Does lose one peacekeeper. The nice barks from the dogs. Very nice barks. And very nice micro as well. You get one dog attacking each bear so that you maximize the killing efficiency. Very nice indeed. Next structure coming out from Stryderr. This is more than likely going to be an airfield if I had to guess. Let's see, am I right? Am I right? Yes, there it is. There's the airfield. Stryderr does garrison this structure here. Will be firing on down that oil derrick from Zed. Zed does have a sickle out and will melt any peacekeepers that are caught outside the structure. Moves the MCV and does have a Molotov conscript on his way over. Gonna see about clearing that structure since those Molotov cocktails outrange the structure's garrisonable firing points. So there was a warbear here, and it did get bombs dropped on it from that Vindicator, but looks like the Vindicator bombs splashed down the airfield ever so slightly, having to put down that repair tool and get that airfield back up to full health. Just one war factory going just straight for the third expand before super reactor from Zed, so we'll have to see how that works out. But since Stryderr did go for the classic allied airfield, he doesn't really need hammer tanks at the moment. There's the MCV. So Stryderr expands backwards, is getting that naval expansion online, and now he's going to go up to the ridge and get that fourth expand. So Stryderr's playing a little bit greedy, but with the airfield style play, he can certainly do that and be okay. Looks like Zed is cash stalled, trying to get trying to get a terror drone out of that war factory, as well as building a super reactor back in his main base. We'll likely be going for some hammer tanks to get some Soviet ground power on the map. And does he not lose a single Vindicator? He doesn't lose a single Vindicator. Wow, that's very impressive. I am very impressed by that right there. The target micro from Stryderr was very good, and two of the bullfrogs just got absolutely nuked by those Vindicators. So we do have some terror drones. We have a terror drone moving around that direction. Just a couple of scouting warbears on the top and bottom sides. Terror drone does move in and gets the infect off on that harvester, and that is very far away from the nearest set of repair drones, from the only set of repair drones. So that will be GG on that harvester. Stryderr just going to leave it working as long as it can, just to try and maximize the profits it will get. But now that is that. Looks like Zed's MCV will be on the move. Going to be going back down, more than likely going to go back down and secure this naval expansion. But we do have some Vindicators coming out. Does decide to bomb the MCV with that Vindicator, but that comes with the price. That price being paid, that the Vindicator is shot down for really not very much at all. Okay, there he is. So Zed does get the roar off. I was kind of wondering if he was going to get the roar. But since there's those two peacekeepers here, as one of them's using, one of them was doing like jumping jacks with a shotgun, the bear was focused down before he could take out too many of those javelin troopers. Two Vindicators circling armor facility is down for Stryderr. Got that T2 upgrade, so we could very well be seeing some Guardian tanks heading out from this armor bay or the armor facility. Would not surprise me. Yes, there's a Guardian tank there. He's up against infantry, 4 Vindicators, and whoa, okay, so 1 Vindicator does go down, trades it for 2 Bullfrogs. That's what, 1,200 versus 1,600 in price. Yeah, I guess that's technically worth it, as long as you're only losing the 1 Vindicator. That's actually worth it. He needs to move his infantry. He needs to move the infantry. I don't think he saw the Badger Bomber. He didn't see the Badger Bomber. They all just got wasted. That was a very, very nice toxic corrosion, I think is what that power is called. Toxic corrosion, very, very lethal to infantry. And it looks like Stryderr just was not quite aware of that smoke that went down, calling in the support power. We have 1 hammer tank standing against these 4 Guardian tanks, which he would be better off not attacking the bears. But there we go, that 1 hammer tank does get taken out by Vindicator bombers. So we have more terror drone harassment out on the water. But what is Zed going to really do here? He's bringing up the MCV. I would not be shocked to see some terror drones. There it is, goes to the infect and gets a Tesla trooper. Very nice response. Gets an infect on 1 tank, gets a Tesla trooper and locks down another. Really, terror drones are going to end this army right here, this little hit squad of tanks. Terror drones will easily end it. This one's going to jump out, jump into that tank, jump into another tank rather. Or it doesn't, well, they don't even have to really jump in. The MCV can just crush them now. They're locked down by these other terror drones, and does save the war factory. Very nice indeed. Just more Guardian tanks, Peacekeepers, and hovering Vindicators out for Stryderr. Not really going for much else outside of that Vindicator play. Well, the Vindicator armor facility now. I'm not seeing very much coming out from him. Do we have any future choices for Zed? No, not really. Still have the super reactor, have a damaged burning barracks. Where does MCV go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so MCV, I thought he might have sold it there for a moment, but Zed's MCV moving up to the ridge will likely start dropping down this refinery here. Well, he's going to first drop down a naval yard, then go for the refinery. Go ahead and start getting some units up. Let's see what kind of naval harass he can do. Now, at this point, now that he's getting the naval yard, there's a couple options he can go for, okay? He can go for, say, a battle lab and pull out some dreadnoughts onto the map. He can definitely get some Akula subs, 1 Akula sub, 2, however many he needs. Probably just 1 would be enough. And actually force the sell off of this expansion here on the water, which that's something that Stryderr more than likely does not want to do. And here we go. Looks like 2 hammer tanks went down this time. 2 hammer tanks traded for looked like 1 Vindicator. Yes, just 1 Vindicator. Oh man, that's ouch. Man, Zed is taking some serious damage over there from these Vindicators. They are being a gigantic thorn inside. But here we have a large ground army from Stryderr moving out. 1 Guardian tank already on that laser pointer. That leaves 6 combat cannons ready, but backed up with about 5 Peacekeepers and 4 Javelin Troopers. This MCV, he's in a position to get some serious crushments off. Zed, what are you doing? What are you doing, Zed? you could just dive in there right now and get some crushes, but now you're in heavy damage mode. But the amplified roar does happen from that bear. It does happen. The bear is cleaning up everything. Everything is dying to the bear. He has a heroic bear. Terror drones and hammer tanks clean up the Guardian tanks, and the 1 bear. The MCV does go down, but that bear cleaned up all of the infantry, and the war factory still stands along with the naval yard. Looks like the naval yard is building that MCV. will we see? We will see a terror drone going after this Guardian tank. Now this Guardian tank is done and dusted. What do we have here? And here's that Akula sub. Just as we thought, Akula sub coming out is going to be able to well, I guess technically 4 shots, since each firing salvo has 2 torpedoes. So I guess technically it's a 4 shot, but in terms of firing salvos, it is 2 shotting that harvester, forces the sell off due to that impressive damage output. And those, contrary to what your eyes may think, those are not real moving vans or moving trucks or what have you. Those are most definitely some Mirage tanks, or yes, there they are. Mirage tanks are out onto the map. One takes the shape of a tree. Crowdcopter's coming in, but oh, that's gonna cost him a crowdcopter. Vindicators. Oh, I can't agree with this. Those Vindicators, he's gonna lose it. He just lost a heroic Vindicator. He lost 3 Vindicators trying to get that tank. Oh, that's hurt. That hurts. That was the kind of engage that Zed needed. Looks like that one terror drone is going to be zapped by the Spectrum cannon. What do we have here? Tesla coil coming down to help with the defense. Does the random amplified roar against a Mirage tank. Okay, we had a heroic terror drone. Just went down. And oh man, that's gotta hurt. Cryo shot going down. Oh, it's cryo blast rather. Cryo blast going down, just mainly stalling the engage, but it does not look like there's very much to capitalize on that right now. Well, now that right as I say that, wait, does the Spectrum cannon not one-shot a frozen unit? Because I'm fairly certain I just saw it take 2. Huh. That's something. Ain't that something? Oh, he does leave that one hammer tank. Zed does. He leaves it under the beam of that Athena cannon. It does wind up dying, or does wind up dying. Airfield going down out here on the water. Still hasn't taken this 5th refinery. Granted, we just have max clearance and not really anything else from Stryderr. Ooh, might be giving away a crowd. Okay, there we go. Doesn't give away a cryocopter quite for free. That hammer looks like that hammer tank did get the leech off. Oh no, watch out. Oh, that's the hammer tank you don't want to lose. He just lost it. He moved back into the Athena cannon's beam. Oh, you're handing veterancy to that Athena cannon. Just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now one Vindicator does go down thanks to that heroic bullfrog. Terror drones coming out, but oh wait, we need some kind of answer, and there's the answer to the Mirage tank Athena cannon combo. It is twin blades, but the Soviet armor will not be able to hold this army for very long. But the bright side, there is not very much in this group that can actually shoot up. One cryocopter and 2 Vindicators moving alongside with it. Another Vindicator back on the airfield, but no Apollo fighter. So I don't, aside from this one Javelin Trooper, granted that is a heroic Javelin Trooper, but aside from that one Javelin Trooper, there's not very much that can shoot up at all. But he's not building. Zed's not building twin blades. What is Zed doing? That is, what is he doing? He's trying to build more tanks, but I can't say I agree with that. There's the Mirage tanks right there, right next to that Athena cannon. Gotta make sure that thing stays alive. If that thing goes heroic, that will certainly be bad. He needs more. He sold the airfield. He sold the airfield. Apparently he's confident in his ability to hold these Mirage tanks with his tanks, but that's not gonna happen. The Mirage tanks are too powerful, and there's a heroic Athena cannon. There were 6 Mirage tanks, and that is GG. That is all she wrote for Zed. I can't agree with that decision, selling that airfield, as Mirage tanks are notoriously powerful against Soviet hammer tanks. The airfield, honestly, I realized that the Athena cannon's Aegis shield could have been deployed in conjunction with that heroic Javelin Trooper, and bam, that could negate the twin blades. But Still, despite that, that Aegis Shield does have a cooldown, and if those Twin Blades swung in as that Aegis Shield was in cooldown, then something could have happened. The Javelin could have gone down, and at that point, he could have just started focusing Mirage tanks, and that would have gradually forced Stryderr back. Taking a look at the resource graph, it is quite literally dead even. Well, except for like a slight deviation here, but dead even for the majority of this game. It only spreads out a little bit here due to that 4th refinery on the water for Stryderr going down, but really Stryderr did not even necessarily need it. Those Mirage tanks did prove too powerful, and the micro from Zed handing off the veterancy with all those tanks to that Athena cannon, that could have gone better. I'll say that could have gone definitely better for him in that position. 14 minutes and 29 seconds for the game. Resources very close together. Average income 5,003 versus 4,709. 70,000 overall ore compared to 65,000. Still not 65,932. That's still not very much distance at all. The unit KD ratio 1.21 for Stryderr. That is definitely something that is unsettling to any Soviet player, or to any other player for that matter. If an Allies player is racking up that much of a KD ratio, that is certainly not good. That means you're spending more of your money on units to simply replace what you have instead of units to kill what the opponent has. So that's a very dangerous proposition, and very high efficiency as expected from Stryderr. But overall, very nice game from both of these players. The micro was actually very well early on. Micro for the Allied player with the Vindicators was pretty good. It's spot on. But it was a shame to see that heroic Vindicator and 2 of his buddies go down to those Bullfrogs. I think that could have been avoided. But in any event, Stryderr did wind up pulling that win. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And this is Sniper signing out.